All right, welcome back. Thank you for sticking around, even though we did take down the stream for just a little bit in between our Rainbow Six and Overwatch matches. So once again, I am Matt Williamson, and here we have
Dylan Shoulders.
Yes, thank you for coming. So you are watching Marietta College Esports. So we are moments away from our match against Bethel University. So this is part of the Great Lakes Esports Conference. So we are going to try to get the lobby set up, and we'll have the game to you in just a few minutes. So let's go over the roster for the Overwatch team as I find the right button. Okay, here we go. We have quite a few people on the not Rainbow Six, the Overwatch team. I've been talking about Rainbow Six for 2 hours now, so I'm still in that Rainbow Six mode. But today, the starting lineup on tank will be Tyler Salonitra, Azadale, and Quentin Shields, questionably. For DPS, we have a couple of people who are not able to make it today, so I believe for DPS will be Morgan White Poseidon, and I believe also Mason Flatch, Harmful Hades, and then starting at support will be Manning Shaw, Granny Sonate, and then let me double check here what my Overwatch coach told me. Oh yeah, and Haley Newman Azura will be starting support. So we're just going to try to get things set up for the lobby, and then we will have the game underway. It is a best of 5 series. I don't know what the starting map is going to be, but we will find out soon enough. While we are waiting for that, we have a announcement for you. We mentioned this earlier today. We talked a little bit about it last night, and it's on our social media. But so let me preface this by saying thank you all who have subscribed to our Twitch channel. Your support is definitely appreciated. And because of those subs, we have been able to unlock new emotes for our Twitch channel. So we had our communication brand management come up with some new emotes, and I think they knocked it out of the park. So I mean, let me just show you what we got here. So we have 4 possible emotes. So we have Pio Rage, Pio Thump, Pio Law, and Pio S. But here's the thing. They're all so great, we don't know which one to pick. So you get to decide which emote we're going to use. So you can go to link2.run/p/HA2HZ6UN. I really need to get a vanity URL for that or shorten it.
A bit of a mouthful.
It is a little bit. But with that, you can choose which one you want. Last I checked, I think Pio S is leading, so if you want to expand that lead, then be sure to vote for Pio S. But if you want to see something else, then be sure to vote for that. The poll will close next Friday, and then we will reveal the emote, or at least have it available for next Saturday. All right, so it looks like we have the lobby almost set up. In fact, I'm going to make sure I have the audio good to go there, so now you can hear the audio. It looks like the first map will be Busan, and it also looks like we'll be able to see the overview. Yeah, we're going to be able to see the entire game. Like we made a slight rule change early on in the season where like normally you can only see your team side, either red side or blue side. But if both teams agree to see the entire area that is allowed, of course, we're going to make sure that we do have a 3-minute delay set. So everything that we're doing, yeah, come on in. Yeah, come on in. Yeah, so everything that you're seeing happens 3 minutes after when it's actually happened here. But yeah, so it looks like we'll be able to see the whole thing. And I'm going to actually pass this off to one of our other commentators, Vincent Anderson, who will be able to help talk about the Overwatch match. So, Vincent and Dylan, you guys can take over. So, all right. Since it looks like it's going to be the overall match, so it will probably be this overlay because we're on the red side, so they'll do that one whenever they get into the game.
Sounds good. All right, hello everyone. Sorry for the little bit of a late start of me getting here, but we will see what we're going. I believe you're going against. Okay, we're going against Bethel.
Yep.
All right, we're gonna. Okay, Looks like first map's gonna be on Busan. That's gonna be pretty exciting. We'll see exactly how they're gonna do. I like Busan. It's a fun map. Getting booped off of the point at the very edge towards the past the pillar that's next to the point. Happened to me before. Sometimes I boot myself off. So we'll have to see exactly what'll happen. Maybe Orion will charge off the side. We'll actually have to look. I mean, you know, the Pioneers, they lost their they lost their most recent match, but they did 3-0 in the previous on the one before that. So we'll see if they can bring it back. I think they have potential to. It's just they're going to have to really make sure that they are actually, like, again, adapting to the enemy team's strategy. There's a huge part of this. But yeah, it looks like everyone is ready right now currently. So we'll see if the game will be starting soon. But yeah, we will. I'm gonna see if I can just get us into the lobby to see if we can the names right here. And so yeah, Marietta will be on the away side, I believe. And yeah, this is the first map's gonna be control. Obviously, it's gonna be a neutral stance. Neither team is gonna be attacking. So looks like we're going to see Azadale again, as well as Azura, Granny Tsunade, Hades, Q, and Poseidon. Asdale's probably going to be on that Zarya or D.Va. So, you know, I'd expect Azura on heals, Granny Tsunade on Yana. Something along those lines. So, you'll see how it's going to go. Alright, here we go. I'm able to...
Initiating match.
I do not know if I can actually control this. I do not know, actually. I don't know if I have a... I don't know if I have observer controls, because I'm trying to move around. Let me check. I might not. Actually, I might. Oh, there it goes. I had to click into the actual monitor. Alright, well, we do. But yeah, obviously this is Busan. This will be the point that is going to be fought over. As you can see, I was talking about that open point right here with the boot potential is going to be really scary for Marietta. I assume they're going to be going hard top left, but we will see exactly where they're going to go, and see that Marietta will be coming from the right side, and we'll see what they take.
Capture the objective.
Looks like I'm seeing Marietta on the Ryan Zarya, the good goats meta, but legal. And we're going to be seeing Poseidon on the Ashe again. Really good character for him to play. Looks like they just went top left, but not all the way top left. That's going to get initial frag onto Relentless and the Moira. That's Q taking out both healers for Bethel. That's when you lose both healers, there's really no way that you can actually win the fight, because you have nothing to resupply your heals. That was a really good first two picks. I'm not sure how Bethel wasn't able to defend their healer, because they're like really important targets. But yeah, they called targets, won the team fight. Point is captured. It's like a cookie cutter strat. Nothing wrong with it. It's business as usual for Marietta. They're gonna get stuff done, you know. And we're gonna see the Ryan trying to push out, trying to get some extra damage on it. Shield is broken, and there's also one of their DPS, the Junkrat, is also being taken out by Poseidon. Going to be a great first opening pick when the Ryan's dead. You have no big shield to help your teammates, as well as the D.Va getting slept all the way back. It's going to be another huge delay for their push, although it was technically already delayed because of the Ryan trying to have to come back from spawn. It looks like they're just going to hold him at this instant choke. Just keep him away from the point up here. Not a big deal. And we will see if anything, that anything will actually happen where they will not be able to get past this. 45% is already on the point, so they're going to have to do some stuff crazy right now, but they're doing just a great job of keeping them off. You might see them just burn a bunch of ultimates just to get on the point. Wouldn't be surprised, but then again, Marietta can do the same thing if they just wait and burn their ults. Here comes the Nano Ryan on that, as well as the Shatter, shattering nearly the entire team, and there's Q taking out the Ryan, the Moira, the Ashe, and a one-team fight, basically. Again, like, Marietta is just rolling them right now. I will say that when you when you just win these team fights like this, you get an initial pick off. That first pick normally is what leads to the rest of the fight. The only time the first pick wouldn't lead to the rest of the fight is if there's like an immediate refrag. Looks like they're taking the far right, or I guess on their side far left, instead of going up top. So we'll see how effective that is for Bethel. However, we do see the junk tires coming out. Gonna be coming from behind, trying to get some extra damage off. Doesn't kill anyone, as well as a Diva Bomb. Getting a 3K for Ally. Very well done. Or Ally. 4K, 5K. That is a 5K for Ally. Ally just went off with that Diva Bomb. It's weird because the junk tire was, at least from what I saw, was behind the Rhine shield, but didn't kill the Rhine. But the Diva Bomb just did a perfectly fine job of killing them. That was an amazing job by Ally. That was just really well done. That was he was the reason that happened. I'm gonna have to say. And here comes Bob from Marietta coming from their far left as well. And then the Bob's going to have to be able to contest them for a little bit. That's going to be the initial push on that. There's the Zarya grab, and there's also there's a shadow from Bethel's Rhine, as well as a counter shatter. And there's the Moira beam coming out from Bethel's Moira, and the Bob from Bethel's Moira. And it looks like the point's going to be fought over with tons of ults just being thrown out. And there's going to be 2 picks on a Marietta. Both DPS are down. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a lost fight, but might as well be. You don't have people that are going to actually get picks off, so you might as well just fall back. And looks like Marietta going to be pushed back to the choke that Marietta was pushed to originally. Again, this is still super winnable for Marietta. They just have to not get 5K'd by Ally. And the same thing can happen. They just have to remember that this is still heavily in their favor. If they want to, they can just burn all of their ultimates if they want to right now, just to get this point up. If they want to do that. That's all they have to do. Just so they can get on that point and capture it until overtime's over, that's all you have to do. And there is the Nano Rhine. However, there's 2 ultimates burned, but however the Nano Rhine is used, so that's going to be 2 ultimates wasted just trying to keep them off of the point. However, we don't have much time left currently. And there's going to be another one of the there's going to be another Zarya grab coming out, trying to take out Ally, but they're just not able to. That was very well done. Again. So I would say, yeah, and there's going to be overtime. That was very close. I'd say that excuse me. So although Marietta lost that, it's mainly because, you know how I said at the end of the round, towards the end, I was saying that Marietta could just burn ultimates just to keep this. All they have to do. Well, guess what? Bethel can do the exact same thing. They can burn all their ultimates to keep the point if they want to. That's what they did. They wasted Diva Bomb and they wasted Junk Tire. Each ult only killed 1 person, but that's 2 picks. That's a 1 team fight, and that's exactly what they did. They won the team fight. Bethel kept the point. That's all they needed. Marietta needed to play a little bit passive for a little bit longer, block the Diva Bomb, then Nano Rhine, then it's a 1 ult fight. So now you only have 1 ult on each side. So the Junk Tires are going to take someone out, but you're still going to have a teammate and a Nano Rhine to take someone out as well. So if they would have played passive for a little bit longer, just got rid of that Diva Bomb, it would have been a little bit easier. This Poseidon being taken off the rip by a pocketed Widow. Rezzed by Azura, so won't be that much of an issue for him. But yeah, we'll see how this fight goes for him. Poseidon getting a refrag back on a Red Ninja, a taste of his own medicine. And then Red Ninja's going to be rezzed by the Mercy. But Poseidon takes out his res machine. And we're going to see that he's going to be getting a ton of kills. Especially one on the Ally, finishing off the baby Diva after she's taken out a mech by Azadale. Sorry I couldn't exactly capture the action there. I was trying to look at the kill feed as well as the action at the same time. And they're going to be the next fight. Huge anti onto Bethel. Like again, and there's Red Ninja up top being pocketed, trying to get some little extra picks off. But the Zarya is doing a great job of keeps bubbling Q, just keeps trying to get aggressive if she needs to. Gets the picks off, and there's again Hades getting a kill onto the Hanzo, as well as Azadale getting the kill onto Rhine. It's going to be a lost team fight. You can't really push without a Rhine. So, and there's Poseidon will be taken out with the initial pick by Red Ninja. So again, sometimes these games they can be just called Battle of the Widows. You know, like if the Widow's taken out, then that's the initial pick and the team fight's lost. That's why they bring the Mercy to res the Widow. That's just a big sniper battle, because if there's that initial pick, then you have the hero disadvantage, and that's really scary. Oh, DPI, I'm sorry. All right, we're going to be seeing the point is actually going to be contested currently, and there's going to be another D.Va bomb from Ally. Again, you just needs to block the D.Va bomb with his shield, and he should be able to be all fine with that. And Ninja finishes off Harmful Hades. That's going to be a one-team fight. So I feel like the D.Va bombs are a huge problem for Marietta, and the solution is incredibly simple. It's just that sometimes the Rhine is going to be worried about dangers behind him, but I think that if they can recognize that no matter what happens, the D.Va bomb's always going to destroy them as long as they don't have a shield blocking that thing. So there's going to be a shatter from Bethel, but it's going to be countered by the bubble from Zarya, but there's going to be Harmful Hades taking out. Oh, Ally just ate Asdale's grab. That's a huge counter to the ult. However, there is going to be 2 picks from Marietta onto Bethel, so although that grab was eaten by Ally, they still were able to achieve the point. That was incredibly well done. Incredibly well done by Marietta. I still think that either team can take this game. Like, this is incredible right there. Ally just eats the entire grab, but then again, it doesn't matter to them because they just get all these picks off. Red Ninja getting another pick onto Harmful Hades again with the Widow. All she's gonna do is try and get these little extra picks off onto the smaller characters. That's what she's gonna do. And then Poseidon's gonna do the exact same thing to Red Ninja. Looks like their skills like almost equal because they just keep getting counter picks. Except I'm going to disregard that because Poseidon completely just got a triple kill. So yeah, I'd say that again, very well done, you know? And now it's going to be on Marietta's side. What I said, I mean, here's the thing. When Marietta just took that point in the very, very first map, and they just got a hold of it, and then they held Bethel at the choke, and then Bethel brought it back, and then they were able to hold the point, I'm like, that was cool. Like, that was great and everything, but I don't think that means that Bethel's a dominant team, which is exactly what happens here. Bethel's not the dominant team. Marietta takes this point as well. I feel like this is going to be either a huge back and forth match, or it's going to either get started to be one-sided at some point. Because I've had games where the first map or first round is not in my favor, but then for the rest of the game, we just destroy them. Wouldn't be surprised if that happens as well. Because they're going to be see another Ryan Zarya. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You got Hades on the Reaper, as well as a switch. I believe, I don't know if I assume, yeah, Poseidon's still on the Widow, trying to get some extra picks off. And we will see Relentless immediately being taken out by Azadale. That's going to be one of their healers. Not going to be easy to get that back. Well, actually, Lucio will come back pretty fast, but still, he's going to be dead nonetheless. Red Ninja is being taken out by Azura. That's 2 picks from Marietta, but Arzane getting a counter pick back onto the Widow, but then 2 picks onto the Monkey, as well as the D.Va mech and the baby D.Va. That is a 1-team fight. I'm not sure if that's I don't think that's a team kill completely. The game doesn't say it. It isn't. So still very well done. That's going again. Points being initially taken by Marietta, and we will see if we will hold on to it. We'll just take a look at the direction that they'll be going. It looks like it's gonna be taking mid with the pocket from the Mercy, trying to get. It looked like it was pocketing around it. It's actually pocketing the Zarya. Zarya's getting pocketed a little bit just to help her beam get a little bit more damage off. There's gonna be a massive anti onto Bethel. And we will be seeing Q just trying to hold a little bit. His shield's moving up. That's a 6-man shatter, I believe. Something like that. And that was although, like, and that there is a team kill. So that was a pretty good angle to get that shatter from, because I'm pretty sure, like, every single member of the team just got shattered right there. Now, although that looked incredibly telegraphed, right? Because the Rhine was just standing there, and when his shield broke, he just stood and stared at him for, like, a good 1.5 seconds, and then he shattered. That was like the most deceiving thing about his act, because after that, he just did it, and he gets a 6-man shatter. Or it had to have been at least a 5-man. I think it was a 6-man.
Yeah, it was 6.
Yeah. So that's incredibly well done. Drops off the initial high ground. Bethel does, trying to get some picks off, and there's going to be the Junkrat Tire coming out from there's Bethel's Junk Tire, but Poseidon gets the counter pick onto the Moira, but Mercy reses the Moira, and then there's going to be the pick on the Reaper, but then there's going to get picked back on the Moira, and there's going to be there's going to be 2 picks actually on the Marietta. So Marietta, I believe, is actually at a disadvantage right now, especially in terms of ultimates. Let's take a look at the ult economy right now. Actually, no, Marietta is actually at a huge advantage. My bad. Sort of. Yeah, because I'd say Marietta is coming up on almost 5 ults, because they're 2 ults on Charger in the 80s right now, and yeah, Bethel's coming up on, I'd say, 4. So there's Marietta initiating their combat with a Moira beam. There's going to be a shatter from Bethel's Rhine, as well as the Zarya grab right there. It's just going to be a huge exchange of picks. It's going to be Q, going to be nanoed by Granny Snade, and that looks like it's going to be Brian's going to try and get control of the point, but he's not going to be able to kill anyone if he's got that Mercy pocket. And it looks like Ryan is going to potentially get out of that alive. Granny Snade is there to help try and heal him. There's Poseidon getting the kill onto Red Ninja. That is very well done by Poseidon. That is going to be a really good pick on the DPS, as well as another pick onto the Moira. That's one of their healers, their main healer, basically. And it looks like there's Mercy res is going to be actually, well, Mercy. I didn't really switch off Lucio, so the Mercy does res the Mercy. Okay, I'm trying to talk about the Mercy res, but Marietta is just getting another team kill. So we'll just move on to how Marietta is dominating this point. So yeah, the action's moving so fast for Marietta. They're just being so successful with this. And there's going to be a little cheeky Death Blossom at the end, just to hold off any extra aggression. There's going to be Marietta winning the first map. I will say, like, Marietta takes the first point really fast, and then it looks super good for them. And then Ally just gets this incredible kill. Like, look at this. Like, not only does he get a 3K with this, he gets an extra 2, right? He finishes off the Zarya and finishes off the Rhine. That's a really well done play from Ally, and it is, I'd say, the reason why practically they won the map. And after that, they just had to burn 2 ultimates, and then Bethel kept the map. Bethel kept the first point, but it wasn't enough in the end. That was just a really lucky good play. Marietta overall did dominate in terms of being able to actually consistently deliver. So that is going to be the first map, and we will see if we can get some, and that is going to be here. So Marietta is currently 1-0 on to Bethel. They need to win 2 more games, or I guess maps, in order to complete this series for them, and they will be able to take home another victory. Very well done by Marietta. Again, like the sheer versatility of this team is incredible. They know how to beat someone. I'll tell you that much. They recognize weaknesses. They adapt to the weaknesses. They figure out what's wrong, what's right. And they know their strengths, especially with Poseidon when he's on that Widow with his aim, and he can get things like he did with the triple kill in one of the previous rounds, like things that just get these immense amount of picks that are just technically so quick to get, because it's just all you're using is just Widowmaker, which again, like I said, it can be the battle of the Widows. Who can get more picks off? That's why you keep seeing the Mercy try to res the Widow, because if the Widow's dead, that's an initial pick, that's an initial fight. That's going to be what they need to finish it off, because whoever gets the initial pick, most likely is going to win the rest of the fight. That's why you keep seeing the Widow getting rezzed over and over again, because they don't want to lose that. That's why you see Mercy being played so much. So yeah, I'd like to see how this is going to perform for the rest. It looks like we're going to see the next map is going to either be Hanamura, Anubis, or Volskaya Industries. That's a tough choice for me. Anubis is fun, but sometimes can be a little bit annoying, because I feel like sometimes on Anubis, if you can't get past a certain area on the second point, like, it's almost impossible to get the point. But looks like the map is actually going to be Hanamura, which is going to be pretty nice. I do like the map. It's a fun map to play on. The initial Choku. This is the map, obviously, with our beloved sim rushes and sim teleports. We'll see if that's still going to hold up for Marietta. Looks like Marietta is going to be on the blue side now for this for this map. So at least I think that's what's going on. Because I'm going to see if we can spectate from blue side, and that's going to be correct. But now previously the Bethel was blue, but now Bethel's going to be red. And we're going to see exactly how well they're going to perform. Again, with the Widow, like again, when I said it's the Battle of the Widows, the Widow gets a pick onto Poseidon, Poseidon gets res, Poseidon gets the pick onto Bethel's Widow. Bethel's Widow gets rezzed. It's a back and forth thing, but once those Mercy reses are gone, and now it's just up to, you know, who can get the job done. And we'll see exactly what it's going to be. There we go. And here we go. Hanamura, so you know, the classic sim strat. We're going to be seeing this initial point being contested. This initial doorway right here, this huge doorway that's going to be the gateway. It's the first point, the first area that's going to be to the actual point. You'll see Sim walk up to here, throw a teleporter on point, and everyone's going to rush onto there. You will see if that's going to happen again. Again, like, it's a strat that's almost like it works really well if it works, but that's it. Like, there's going to be no other alternative. If it's recognized so much as a little, most likely not going to be successful. So we're going to see how well this is going to perform for Marietta. Again, like, I will say that, like, yeah, no, okay. We're getting this initial match set up, and we'll see that Marietta is going to be running the Ryan again, the Reaper again, the Mercy again, and yep, the Ryan Zarya, Ready Tsunade on the Ana. Again, Ana's an incredibly fun character, an incredibly powerful character with her sleeps and anti-nades. She's too useful to not use her just because of how much she can deny the enemy team from doing. Well, because if she sleeps someone and she isn't, and the person slept isn't touched, like the team cannot wake them up, no matter what, until the timer's over. So we will see. There's the initial choke being pushed by Bethel. There's going to the Sim teleport strat. There's a massive anti as well as fire grenade. That action happened so fast that I didn't even adapt to it fast enough. But there we go. There's a Sim teleport strat. You see how quick this is, right? And there's going to be another anti onto the, or the Baby Diva was still anti just a little bit. Again, as you can see, exactly what I predicted. The Sim teleports here. It's like a cookie cutter. It's a cookie cutter strat. You know, it's like what almost every team tries to do to see if they can get it off. Because if it works, it works. They put the Sim teleport here, and my reaction time was like almost so slow that they just disappeared from here, and we're already on point. But then Marietta was ready for it. They antied them, and not only did they anti them, they set them on fire with an Ana dynamite. Not Ana, my bad. Ash dynamite. I'm a little tired, but we will see that Marietta is also going to be set on fire in the initial choke, trying to get a little bit of extra damage off because now Bethel's going to have to actually try and push this choke. Asdale is going to be taken off initially by the Junkrat, as well as Junkrat trying to get top right control. And there's also going to be Poseidon getting the refrag onto the Junkrat, as well as Mercy trying to get a res onto Azadale, but she's pushed off. She's not going to be able to actually obtain it. And we're going to see that, again, Bethel's Ryan was anti previously, but now he's going to be getting a little bit of push, a little bit of point control, or just control past the original point. And there's going to be 3 ults burned by, that is 3 ults burned by Bethel right there, with no picks achieved. That is going to be the Nano. Actually, no, wait. There's going to be, actually, no, 2 ults, I believe. There's 3 ults. So, I believe that is going to be... Actually, no, I think that's 2 ults as well. There's a lot of ults were used. I think, yeah, they did use the Diva Bomb. They did use the Lucio ult. Bethel did. Bethel used the Diva ult, and I believe they also, actually they did not Nano. They I think they just used Ryan Shatter. So they did use 3 ults. Marietta is still technically at an advantage in terms of ult economy. The Ryan is just up and coming on another Shatter. So for a small window of time, Marietta will have 3, and Bethel will only have 2. So we'll see exactly how that's gonna work out for them. Knowing that they have an ult advantage is really good because that means they can burn entire ults and they will not have to worry about it because if Bethel uses one, that's going to put them at a disadvantage. And there's going to be Poseidon getting an extra pick onto the Sombra. Very well done. Sombra's a really annoying character to play against. There's the both DPS for Bethel being taken out, one by a Fire Strike and one previously by the Sombra. There's going to be the Nano coming out onto the Zarya. The Ryan obviously can't get rid of him. And there's going to be Asdale's grab and a huge Death Blossom from the Reaper, Marietta. Q finishing off the kills, but Reaper getting the initial damage onto it. Again, they just did a Zarya grab Blossom. Very good combo. And then Ryan just cleans it all up. Very well done. The job is done. We're going to see... With 20 seconds left in the round, one final push from Bethel. Bethel is at an advantage in the ult economy, but so is Marietta countering the Bob with a Bob, as well as an advantage from Marietta with a Shadow in their pocket that they can use at any time. There's going to be an Azo getting a pick onto the Moira, as well as getting a pick onto Poseidon, and the Shatter kill onto the Mercy. That's practically a team kill, or at least a 5k. Ryan's trying desperately to jump, trying to get to the choke, but that's going to be nowhere near the point. That's going to be round one, with no point being taken on Hanamura. Marietta defending their ground valiantly, properly, and effectively. That's going to be easy win. What you think about that? Because they literally just didn't even look and get anything.
Honestly, that was insane. Marietta just dominating the entire time, using that it's like that aggression that we saw in the first match with just to defend a point. What do you think has been like really helping Marietta so far? This has been very interesting.
Because like preparation is a huge part of them performing really well, right? Because like they were so unnaturally prepared for that sim teleport. As you can see, there was practically no one even on this choke at the very first fight. There was just all you saw was all of them come to this little sim teleports here, and then they disappear, and then they go straight to point. But guess what? Marietta is literally prepared for them. They throw the Ash Dynamite and an anti onto them, and they're all scrambling around taking damage, not sure what to do because they can't heal each other. And then Marietta just dominates them. It was like a nest of fire ants invading another colony or something. They just get absolutely demolished. They can't do anything.
Yeah, it seems like the key for Marietta right now is they've been just so prepared for like almost anything Beth has been able to throw at them.
I know, like it's incredible how they can perform, but we're going to be seeing Bethel on the defense this time. That's going to be pretty impressive. We're going to see how they're going to perform here. Marietta's going to have to also get past this initial choke, which is pretty difficult, even trying to eat any kind of projectiles coming in, like on his anti-nades or anything, and I believe that is going to be one anti-nade thrown out by one of the owners. I'm not exactly sure which one it was, but there's going to be initial May wall trying to stop the Rhyme, but it's not going to be enough. They're going to be getting initial point control. There's Poseidon getting a double kill onto the Rhyme and the May, and the Diva's going to have to retreat back onto point. Ash trying to get a little extra of a kill right there. Ryan's going to be rezzed by the Mercy, but Asdale is still going to take out the Mercy that rezzed the Ryan, and as well as the Ryan who was just rezzed being taken out by Poseidon. Asdale getting the melee kill onto Ash. Another melee kill onto the Yana, as well as another melee kill onto I believe it was a Baby
Just
Depot.
a well-oiled machine just went in there and just dominated once again.
At some point, like Marietta just becomes a win machine. You know, like there's nothing you can do about it. It's incredible because Marietta just dominates them. The Ryan gets hacked initially. There's the initial pick onto it. The Ryan is dead. You know, Asdale gets the double kill onto the healer, and then onto the DPS. Very well done. Yeah, systematic. You're gonna if you're gonna get something done, like there's a plan for it, right? And that was the exact plan they needed. Poseidon gets the double kill onto the Rhine, and there's just the two initial picks they need. Just like they need to make sure that they're just getting these things done, because when you're on attack, you have to get aggressive. You have to put them at a disadvantage, because once they're at a disadvantage, then you're not going to be able to really do anything about it. So that is going to be the second map, I believe, won by Marietta. So we're going to be seeing a Marietta up 2-0. Again, a lot of this is going to be a huge. Marietta's at a huge advantage right now. You know, Marietta being up 2-0. They're getting a lot of stuff done. You know, like they might have taken a loss last. I'd say last match. But again, they 3-0'd the match before that. So like they're they're going to be getting a lot of stuff done now. They want to improve, they want to perform well, they want a challenge, and right now they're just not receiving a challenge. So they're going to be getting up 2-0.
What do you suggest for Bethel to try to turn this around, or at least halt this momentum Marietta's built up?
So with the initial push, I feel like, again, with what they're trying to do is, once they get past that initial choke, like saying on Hanamura, now Marietta has potential to distract or mess up any sort of mental calmness within their team. The first thing you need to do in order to do that is to hack that Rhine. The Rhine has no shield. Rhine is taken out. The Rhine needs to make sure that either his shield is facing the Sombra, or, which is very hard to do because the Sombra is going to be invisible, or is they need to be running a Winston just to detect the Sombra, because Winston doesn't have to aim, really. I believe that's one way that you can counter her. And as well, like, you know, once the Sombra is in range, they just need to really make sure that Sombra is focused, because again, Sombra, although doesn't have an incredible damage output, her Uzi does some sort of damage. Most of her kit is going to be coming from the ability to deny her opponents from being able to use their abilities. If they can't use their ultimates when they're hacked, they can't use their shift or E abilities when they're hacked. All they can basically do is just use their primary and secondary fire. That's basically it. So, and again, Ryan can't use his shield when he's hacked. That's a huge shield that's not going to protect Ryan, and Ryan's a huge target, and Ryan's going to be taken out. And if Ryan's not protected by his teammates, he's going to be focused and taken out. His teammates were too far back on the point to help him. D.Va couldn't push up to try and boop anyone away from Ryan or trying to eat any projectiles. Ryan's going to get taken out. They have to react to that really fast. So, we'll have to see if they can adapt to anything along those lines, because if their Ryan gets taken out or anything, it's over for them. However, I believe they still should stay on the D.Va, because the D.Va is performing incredibly well. Maria's going to be on the red side. We're going to see how this is going to perform for them. And we are going to be on King's Row. Sorry for the delay. And we will see exactly. Maria's mostly, yeah, they're probably going to be attacking right now. And yep, doing really good. We're going to see how this is going to work out for them. The initial point is going to be right here where my camera is panning out to. It's going to be contested. Most likely, if there was an initial choke, there's the actual point. And Marietta has to get from that to here. And then once they capture this, or, you know, get some ticks off on it, and then they're able to just get something up on the point. If they actually capture it, this door will open right here. Cart will come out, pushed to the final objective. Going to push through several checkpoints until they actually get to the final. But yeah, that's going to be how this is going to play out. Push the cart, so capture the point, push the cart. It's a little more difficult for the offense because they have to both capture point and push a cart instead of just pushing a cart. So we'll see how that's going to work out for them. We have multiple strats. Marietta does for taking this initial point. You'll most likely see a Widow up top, as you can see, and you're going to see the rest of the team trying to just push out and get something off. With initial picks from Widow, as you can see, Widow's trying to push out and get something off, but the Widow being pocketed by the Mercy is going to be a little bit scary. There's going to be Asdale, however, getting just a crazy kill onto the Farah initially. There's going to be 2 Q kills from a Fire Strike onto the Rhine and the Moira, and the Reaper finishing off Ally. A double Fire Strike kill is always fun to see. There's Q taking out the Mercy. That is a 1 point, as well as Hades taking out the Widow. Again, it's like clockwork for them. They're just getting it done. That's just very well done by Marietta. That's going to be the initial point taken, and it looks like the cart's is going to be pushed all the way until... Actually, no, there's going to be the first checkpoint. That's what I was thinking. There's a checkpoint up near one of the main doors, I believe, to the final objective. But we'll see exactly here. Okay, there's going to be the next fight at this elbow corner. Q is going to be initially taken out by our Zane, the Farah, an ally, taking out Hades. That might be a lost team fight, or at least they definitely have to back up on the aggression, because you can't really push on that, no matter how confident Marietta thinks they are. Side does get a double kill right back onto the Farah and the Mercy. So that is going to be equalized team fight, a triple kill. Let me correct myself. And on top of this, we're going to see that with Poseidon get this triple kill, again, like what I said with Widow, she can turn fights around. No one is pushing the cart. But there we go. We're going to see exactly how effective this is going to be. Because again, Widow, it doesn't really matter. Because like Widow's triple kill is going to get a lot of stuff off. We will see the Rhine just holding up where he is, taking space. Marietta. I think it's just funny how like Marietta can be at a huge disadvantage, but once Poseidon gets those triple kills, it's not going to be easy. However, he's not going to be able to revive for his team right now, as he's going to be taken out initially by Pharah. There's going to be a Pharah kill, as well as that's going to be Ally burning his grab. However, Q is going to get a double kill back onto the Pharah, as well as a kill onto Space Marine. Bethel's Rhine. We're going to be Q getting the kill onto Ally. As it being the double kill onto the Moira and the Mercy, Red Ninja's going to try and gain a little extra pick onto Azura, but it's not going to be enough. But yeah. First checkpoint. All they need to do is push to this one, and then this round is over. And then Bethel has to do the exact same thing in a faster manner in order to like get a better time differential. So we'll see if Marietta can push it to this final point, or if Bethel can hold it off as long as they possibly can. This is that where Space Marine is where the point needs to get to. The part needs to just push there, and then it's going to be over for this round. The line does get slept a little bit, but for Bethel, but we'll see they can be immediately moving up. There's going to be Red Ninja getting the pick onto the side. That is a disadvantage for Marietta. This is going to be a death loss cover to the Mercy, as well as Ally getting the refrag back on the Harmful Hades, but the Moira does die to falling off the map, as well as Pharah getting a frag on the Q, but as getting a deep out of mech. This is still a winnable fight. It's just, there's just a bunch of picks being exchanged. There's the double kill onto, and there is the Widow again being taken out, Pharah being taken out, AD being taken out, Mercy being taken out, and finally the final healer, Moira being taken out. And Ryan, you know, as when you put Azadale when you put Azadale in full control, when you let Azadale just go, he's gonna be getting so many picks off, and I can already hear him right now. He's pretty happy for his performance. So that's going to be a lot of picks taken out by Marietta. So we will see that now. We're gonna be switching sides now. I believe Marietta is going to be defending the point, and and Bethel's going to be attacking. So we will see how it's going to perform for them. I'm interested to see how Marietta is going to use their defensive maneuvers, and we will see how this is going to go. Again, Marietta is just going crazy right now with their offense and defense. You know, if Bethel wants to do anything to bring this back, they're going to have to figure out some way to either get some initial picks and make sure that they keep those initial picks. They can't be, and that's what they're doing. They got multiple picks onto Poseidon, and now Poseidon, their triple kill machine, is out of the game right now, right? So they're like, okay, so like, why don't we build upon that? Now that we know that their Poseidon's gone, and they can't get all those picks off, now we're going to be able to actually have a plan to get some aggression off. But then immediately after that, someone like, you know, Hades will get a kill off onto like the Mercy or the Ana, or Mercy or the Moira, or something along those lines. So it's going to be like, you have to make sure that once you get those picks that you're going to be effective off of them. This Q holding the initial choke, trying to keep Bethel from getting initial control. However, Bethel's going to be going around the choke. They're going to be trying to go around the statue, as well as Pharah being pocketed by the Mercy. A Pharmacy going behind is not something that you want to see on Marietta's side, but Marietta hopefully can adapt to it. They just have to remember that a pocketed Pharah is nothing to exactly, yeah. Like when you see pocketed Pharah, you probably want to go the other direction. However, there's going to be 2 kills onto Marietta, and only 1 kill, 1 refrag onto the Rhine. Not going to be necessarily enough. As is trying to just burn down Rhine's shield a little bit, and she's going to actually destroy it. And we're going to see that Azrael's trying to get any picks off that he can. He does get the pick onto the Rhine, and we're going to see that they are going to be able to actually contest the point. And somehow they were actually able to bring that back. Azrael's at a huge advantage. The Rhine has to shield off that Diva Bomb, and he does. As you can see, when the Diva Bomb gets shielded, nothing happens. and that was just one of the issues that Marietta was having initially. But then Ryan's going to be He's going to be basically impossible to kill. There's going to be Red Ninja getting a kill onto both Azura and Harmful Hades, but Q is going to be answering back by Hades getting the D.Va out of mech and finishing off the baby D.Va. It's going to be a charge kill onto the Pharah, as well as Red Ninja getting a counter pick back onto the side. This is still winnable for either side. It's going to be very difficult for Bethel to try and get some aggression back onto it. Ryan's going to be trying to actually just have a fight with the other Ryan. But again, the Shatter comes out. It doesn't do anything because it's blocked by Q. And there's going to be Azura's beat, stopping the Moira beam from doing anything incredibly significant. And they're going to see the Azadale's grab coming out. There's a huge ante onto Bethel, but then Arzane does come out with a double kill onto one of the healers and DPS of Marietta. And then Azadale's going to get one counter pick onto the Pharah, but at this point, the point is going to be lost, and that is going to be a team kill onto Marietta from Bethel. Very well done. So, again, Marietta contested for a surprisingly long time, and even when they were at a massive disadvantage, the pocketed Pharah, getting her ult off is going to be very, very scary. One thing that I am proud of is that Marietta, they saw the D.Va bomb, they shielded the D.Va bomb didn't do anything. So I believe Pharah got slept for a little bit, I'm not sure though. That's, again, I wouldn't be surprised because Granny Snade is going to be able to get tons of sleeps off and antes off from a distance. That's just what he's good at. And we're going to see Space Marine getting another initial Fire Strike kill onto Hades. It's not going to be in the best position for Marietta, especially with the Pharmacy aiming down the long hall, or the long alleyway. Poseidon's going to get the pick back onto Red Ninja. But Ali's going to get a pick onto Poseidon with Baby D.Va. It's going to be a Shatter coming out from the Rhine, with Ali getting a rocket kill onto Q, as well as Arzane being a kill onto Azadale. Granny Snade being finished out by the Baby D.Va. It's going to be, I believe, the next checkpoint being taken by Bethel. So again, Bethel's getting their footing. Now they're winning some team fights. They're getting some stuff done. They just have to keep working with this. If Bethel wants to bring this home, they have to bring it home. The Pharmacy is working out pretty well for them. But if a counter is found to that Pharmacy, it's going to be a little bit scary. Again, with the Pharmacy, people do tend to target, again, like Azadale takes out Pharah, but since she has a Mercy, she's going to be rezzed. And they're going to see that the D.Va Bomb placed very improperly will not kill anyone. However, Q does get a kill on the Space Marine. That D.Va Bomb was like placed exactly on top of this area, and it did not get anyone. That was a little bit of improper placement on their side. However, we're going to see that the fight is still relatively even. We're going to see Marietta just still holding their ground, so they're doing their job. They just need to keep it here. And we're going to see that D.Va's trying to get a little bit of extra damage off of the Rhine. Massive Shatter onto the Rhine's basically dead from the Shatter, as well as D.Va's out of mech, being initially shattered as well. That is going to be a one team fight. Or Red Ninja does fight back a little bit, getting an extra pick on the Poseidon. Another one Widow fight for Bethel. But we will see that that's not exactly going to be enough for them to win another team fight back from that exact instance. So we're going to get into another whole separate team fight. We'll see how this performs for Bethel. I'd assume that most likely they're going to try and just figure out a way to just, again, get a little bit extra aggro, figure out something. However, Bethel is going to have the shield, their Rhine channel is broken, but same is on the side from Marietta. We're going to see that Arzane does get the initial pick onto Poseidon. The triple kill machine is out of the game. Ali gets the kill onto McCree, as well as another double kill onto the two of their tanks. This is going to be practically a team kill. I think I kept saying the baby D.Va was killing someone. I believe it was just the actual D.Va in mech. There's going to be another D.Va mech. They have to make sure that is shielded off, and it is. It's going to be a huge grab onto the point. He's going to be getting 2 kills. And the Moira, Marietta's Moira does fall off the map, but there's going to be 3 kills onto Marietta. And Azadale gets a single kill onto the Rhine, but the D.Va just keeps killing. It's going to be really difficult for anyone to get anything off. It's going to be point push to the final objective. So, again, Ally's just going off. Ally is incredible on the D.Va. As you saw before, like, they won, again, Bethel won the first point because of their D.Va play. Ally is going to be incredibly good on the D.Va, just getting damage out, just doing what she needs to do. She's not even pocketed by the Mercy half the time. So we're going to see exactly how Marietta can counter this. They are doing a better job. They're shielding off Diva's bombs, so that's really good. They're making sure that they're not going to get damaged by that incredibly as they did in the previous round. But now Marietta's still an advantage. They have 3 minutes and 53 seconds, whereas Bethel only has 2 minutes. So we're going to be seeing Bethel going to be on the offensive this time, I believe. And we're going to be seeing Marietta on the defensive. I believe it was the I think it's actually the same. I think Marietta was on the defensive last time as well. So they're going to be on the defensive a second time. And now Marietta has to defend the point for 2 minutes, and then it'll go into overtime, I believe. And then once that overtime is burned out, Marietta's going to switch sides, and they're going to be attacking, and then they're going to have to try and get the point within the 53 seconds that they have. So Marietta's still at a time advantage. We'll see how this works out for them. Because time advantage doesn't necessarily mean that you win. It just means that you have a higher chance of winning because you have more time to work with, and the opposing team has to defend the point for a long time. So, we will see the initial choke just being taken by Bethel, and that's going to be a lot of that's going to be a huge issue for Marietta. The sign being taken out by the Moira, as well as Ninja taken out by again allies. That's a bunch of picks on the Marietta. As does get a counter pick onto the Pharah, but Pharah just gets immediately rezzed by the Mercy. Like, you're gonna see that a huge amount of this is just the initial picks. It doesn't matter which team gets them. If the team gets the initial picks, it's gonna be really difficult. Doesn't necessarily mean that Bethel has won this entire game though, because again, they have a minute to get this done. Poseidon does finally get an extra pick onto the Arzane, as well as the pick that is the entire pharmacy single-handedly taken up by Poseidon with the help of a little Mercy Pocket as well. Poseidon knows that as long as the Pharah has that Mercy Pocket, it's going to be a little difficult to get anything off. So he's like, you know what, I'll just have a Mercy Pocket of myself. And that's exactly what he does. And we're going to be seeing that past the initial tunnel, Hades is going to try and jump behind Bethel, trying to get a little bit of extra damage off or anything that you can do to disorient their team. Red Ninja does get the kill, the counter pick back onto Poseidon, but Poseidon is rezzed by Azura. The Reaper does teleport up top again. There's the Diva Bomb. He does shield the Diva Bomb, does get the kill. Yeah, that's the one thing I'm glad about. And we will see that Ally does get a triple. The Bethel does get a triple kill on the Marietta, with one being from the Diva Bomb and the other two being from Pharah. However, Q does actually manage to get Pharah herself, but she's going to be rezzed by the Mercy. We're going to see that again. 2 seconds left, and we're going into overtime right now. The Diva is slept, being pushed by the point as she is snoozing away. But we're going to see that that's not going to be anything that Marietta can take advantage of. We're going to see that there could potentially be another team fight at this choke right here, which is where I believe the next checkpoint's going to be. And we'll see if there's anything that Marietta can do to stop this before the next round starts. Again, they are an OT. So, I believe if they manage to get this to the next point, they will have, I believe, a minute? So, yeah, never mind. There's going to be no team fight here. So, they're just going to be, I believe, actually, no, maybe they just stay in overtime. I believe they do just stay in OT, so that's my bad. Again, Beth is going to be staying in OT currently, but as if so much as one team fight is lost by Bethel, it's going to be over. There's going to be the initial pick onto Q, but then it could be a counter pick back onto Arzane. Besides, Bob is going to be taking out the Moira for Bethel, but then Redner's going to take up a side. Asdale's going to get deep out of mech, but then Azura also reses questionably. Hades gets the kill in a Relentless. Space Marine gets the kill back onto Asdale, but then Q gets the counter pick back onto Diva, to Baby Diva. So we're going to see that a bunch of counter picks are happening. A huge issue with all of this. But it's not going to be enough for Bethel. You see pick after pick, counter pick after counter pick, who's going to be getting the kill, but in the end, Marietta becomes victorious. We're going to see that for the most part, there's not going to be an issue for it. The Reaper gets the Death Blossom out, finishes off the fight, and Bethel is not going to be able to actually finish off the round and get it to the final point. So now that Marietta is on the offensive, they now have to take the point and push the cart. So if Marietta, I believe, if they are not successful at getting this next point, they're going to lose this map. If they are successful at getting it just past the point that was farther behind, where well, at least where Bethel was not able to get it to, then Marietta is going to win this map, and that is going to be game, set, and match. And we will see that Marietta will take this home, but they first have to capture this point and push it exactly to where they need it to be. So I'd assume that we're going to see Poseidon not on the Widow, but on the Ashe, most likely going to be sitting up top. But I mean, I'd assume to be on the Widow, just so he doesn't need a Mercy pocket to get some easy kills off. But we'll see what they do. Maybe they don't even use the Widow. You know, maybe they don't even try to go for that. Maybe they're just trying to go down the initial choke and just get some damage off from there. So we will see again, the team compositions are almost set in stone at this point for both teams. We're going to see the D.Va Ryan. We're also going to be seeing the D.Va Ryan from Azadale. Actually, Azadale is not going to be on Zarya anymore. He's going to be on D.Va. And we're going to be seeing a pick from Red Ninja on to Granny Snotty over a counter pick from Poseidon onto their Mercy. Mercy is now no longer able to res anybody, which means that Farah is no longer going to be res by the Mercy or pocketed by the Mercy. It's going to be 2 initial picks. It's going to be the initial point almost. Ally does get the melee kill onto the Ryan, but as the counter picks back onto Moira. Moira being dead, no heals from Marietta, or at least no simple heals from Marietta. You're going to be seeing that the Mercy is going to try and come back as soon as she can. However, the Space Marine does get 2 kills, one onto Bizora, and then with the Fire Strike, and then a charge kill on the harmful Hades, and as well as a final extra Fire Strike kill on the Granny Snotty. Very well done by Space Marine. And it looks like Marietta is back, ready, prepped onto the initial choke, and we will see that Azadale is going to be taken out by allies, as well as the Red Ninja being taking out Poseidon. Arzane's going to take out the Mercy as well as Red Ninja, and you're going to see that most of this is going to just be a little bit one-sided for the most part. And we're going to see, again, with that pocketed Farah, sorry, I think it's pocketed Widow now. Yeah, pocketed Widow. It's going to be a little difficult to push down a point, especially through this initial choke. But if they can get that initial pick onto the Mercy like they did, it's going to be pretty beneficial. Marietta does take the initial choke, goes around the statue, going to take advantage of any point or high ground control that they can get, and now Bethel's going to be pinned on point, but then Ally does get that pick onto Reaper. That is going to be super effective. Just keep Marietta away from that, from actually finishing off their push. They were ready to set up and execute, then Hades gets taken out by D.Va. Again, what I'm saying, like, Ally is doing incredibly good for their team. And Arzane's going to be taking out Azura, as well as the D.Va Bomb, being shielded by the Rhine. But Arzane gets another kill on the Poseidon, and that's going to be very, very difficult for them to cooperate with. And Marietta, looks like they're going to be trying to take Hotel, as well as Ryan going to try and get any initial damage he can get just by taking on the right side of it. And it looks like Marietta is going to try and get some sort of push off, but it's not going to be successful if Ryan's not going to be backed up. His shield's going to be broken and destroyed. Arzane's going to get another kill on the Q, as well as Red Ninja getting an extra pick on the Azura. Poseidon getting the kill onto the Reaper. A little extra counter pick, but not going to be incredibly enough to help out Marietta to actually get something off. Again, Marietta is going to have a minute left, so they might just have to burn ultimates or something. But right now, in terms of ult economy, Bethel's doing pretty well. So, like, when Marietta, even though Marietta's up 2-0 right now, they're still going to be encountering some difficulty. So we're going to see how Marietta can perform for this. We're going to be seeing the D.Va Bomb coming out from Azadale, getting a double kill onto Moira and Reaper, as well as Harmful Hades getting the kill onto Space Marine. That's really all Marietta needed to just finish this off. I highly doubt that Bethel can bring this back with an ult like that. And that's going to be most likely initial take on the point. Bethel could potentially contest, however, it's kind of doubtful. Marietta is going to be at 20 seconds getting this point, but got the point nonetheless. So we're going to be seeing that Marietta is, the clock's just going to keep running down. So Marietta has to get the point to this final area. Otherwise, Marietta is going to have to lose this map. So first checkpoint is going to be achieved. However, I believe it's just as it did for Bethel, it's going to stay in overtime. The point is the whole time. As you can see, Marietta is crowding around this card. They do not want to lose control of this. They do not want to C9, but immediately slept and taken out and antied as well. That's 2 ults burned by Bethel. As you can see, Arzane tried to get a little extra cheeky Death Blossom in there to just try and destroy Marietta, but Granny Sonata completely denies it. Absolutely makes sure that nothing can happen. Reaper is going to be taken out by Azadale, but nothing is being achieved by Azadale's Diva Bomb. However, he does achieve a little bit of space. Marietta is going to be, again, just crowding around that cart, making sure that they don't C9 or anything, making sure that they're just absolutely confirming that the card is theirs. They're pushing it to the point. Azadale gets the kill on the ally. Incredibly and powerfully important pick, because once ally is down, he can't get any 5Ks. We're going to see that the Diva is going to dive the Reaper for a little bit. Reaper's going to have to just use his Wraith to get away from there back to the safety of his team. And there's the Bob coming out from Poseidon, getting a little bit of aggression off, going to be able to break that Ryan shield, going to be getting Marietta to that next checkpoint. Again, Marietta's going to be getting extra time though. Brandon is going to take out get two picks onto both Zura and Poseidon. That is not very good, because now Marietta is down 2 people. He was incredibly far away from the point, but Diva is anti and is going to be taken out by Q. That is an incredibly good save. However, the Reaper is trying to get any sort of damage off that he can. The Moira is just barely able to save herself with her her teleport ability. We're going to be seeing that, or her fade ability, sorry. And then we're going to be seeing that, again, more picks are being taken by Marietta. The Ryan was anti for small at a time and is going to be taken out finally by Q. All Marietta has to do is get to this final point, and there we go. That is going to be the 3rd map taken by Marietta. Very close at the very end. That was a great game. Bethel almost able to bring back that final map. Very close, but was not able to officially finish it off. That is very well done by either side. We're going to see Q getting to play the game here for this final point. We're going to see that he is going to be nano, get that extra shatter that he got off. Again, just very well done. You know, it was looking a little scary for a little while for Marietta, because like Bethel was able to take out a lot of stuff. Because we're gonna have to actually like they're going to have to make sure that in terms of being able to counterplay, Ally was taking out so many people for such a long time. It was incredible. So like we're going to see that oh yeah, sorry, final, my bad. And we will see that the final score is going to be Marietta 3-0 Bethel. Again, very well done. I would say that for the most part, like Azadale saw that like he needed to make sure that like this point's going, the clock's going to be running down here. They're not going to get an extra time by capturing a point. Once it's overtime, it's overtime. And Marietta, especially Azadale, held on to that point with his Diva. He got his bomb off just to take space. He made sure that nothing was going to happen that was going to be incredibly disadvantageous for anyone. So again, very well done by either side. I'd say Bethel was getting super close to finally getting their footing towards the very end, but it was not enough. Marietta does take the final map, and that's going to be the final score of 3-0 for Marietta. And that should be all for this match as of today.
All right, so we're going to take a quick break as we set up our League of Legends match against Mount Vernon Nazarene University. So we'll be back in just a matter of minutes.